guys, Em here, and we are officially less than 1 week away from Halloween, which is my all-time favorite holiday. In order to stretch the festivities, every year I celebrate what I like to call as Halloweek. The week leading up to Halloween, I spend watching scary movies, watching basically every Halloween-themed episode of TV shows I can find, and reading scary novels and stories. So I thought this is the perfect time to talk to you guys about my all-time favorite scary thriller book novel type deal. Class Trip by Bebe Faas Rice. Now, as you probably can tell by the yellowing of the pages, this book has been around for quite some time. I actually picked up this book at a Barnes & Noble when I was in elementary school because, as you can see, it was only $1.99, and that meant I could get 2 books instead of 1. Always cheating the system for more books. This book is my favorite scary novel, as well as maybe my all-time favorite book. I have read this book multiple times over the years, which is saying something because there is a twist ending, and I already know the twist, yet I still keep going back and reading it because it is just that good. Recently, I found out this book is back in print. It was out of print for a very long time, which makes it very hard for me to buy it for people, to tell people to read it, because that's what I tend to do with books I like. Once I find a book I like, I tend to buy a bunch of copies and then give it to people so they can read it, and selfishly, it's so they can talk to me about it because I want to talk about it. But this book has been out of print for years. I've only been able to find it on eBay until recently. It is back on Amazon, and you all should check it out and give it a read because, like I said, it is fantastic. Class Trip is about a high school girl named Angie Parker. She recently has shed her loser image, if you will. She lost a few pounds. Now she wears contacts instead of glasses. Basically, it's your whole 90s she's all that sort of makeover thing where lose the ponytail and the glasses and the paint-covered overalls and ooh, she's pretty and fun and popular. Yeah, that happened a lot in the 90s. This is no exception. So she goes through her little makeover and she ends up being friends with the popular kids. But all of this happens before the book picks up. The book picks up at spring break where Angie and I think 6 or 7 of her classmates are off to Shadow Island for extra credit. They're going with one of their teachers and his wife as chaperone. Shadow Island is remote. There is no phone in the cabin. And remember, guys, this is the 90s, so it's not like all the kids had cell phones either. Not that I'm sure they'd have service out there, but just, so you know, no cell phones, not an issue. So, the night before, they drive up about halfway, they stay in this lodge with the chaperones. The chaperones wake up the next morning ill. We're gonna say it's probably food poisoning. Students don't want to hang around at the lodge, so they beg to go on ahead, because obviously the chaperones should be feeling fine within a day, maybe 2. So somehow they convince these chaperones that they should be allowed to go ahead and just set up the cabin and hang out for a little bit until the chaperones are ready to join them, and then they can do all the school extra credit type stuff. They pack up their canoes, they paddle out there because the only way to Shadow Island is by canoe, because of course it is. We need to isolate these high schoolers in order to make it a thriller. They canoe out to Shadow Island. They start setting up the cabin, sweeping it out. Some of the kids go out for firewood. And after a while, everyone's back at the cabin except Chip. Chip does not make it back to the cabin, so they all go searching, and they find him, and he is lying on the ground still. Too still. Turns out Chip was murdered. So now, they are on an island. They are stuck on an island with a murderer. It's too late to do anything. They decide they're going to head out first thing in the morning, get off the island, but they're just going to hunker down for the night. Well, next morning they get up. The canoes have been blown across the lake, too far for any of them to swim to. Now they are literally trapped on an island with a murderer. The rest of the book takes place throughout the time before the chaperones or anyone can appear to help them, and one by one, each of the kids starts getting picked off. Come down to the final scene between the murderer and its last victim. I don't want to give too much away. Like I said, this book has an amazing twist ending that you do not see coming, so you should totally pick it up because it is a great, quick, fun, easy, thrillery type read. As I said, I have read it multiple times. I'm probably going to go read it now because just holding this book and talking about it reminds me how much I absolutely love it and how perfect it is to be reading right now during the Halloween season. Once again, that's Class Trip by Bebe Faas Rice. Go check it out on Amazon. Pick it up. If you read the book, or if you're one of the few people who have actually read the book already, please leave me comments so we can talk about it, because I love this book and I would love to talk to you about it. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I promise there will be more videos soon. Thanks again for watching. I'm Em, and I will catch you on the flip side.